Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Downward Cow video, or welcome to your first if you're new here. I'm Joanna, founder of Downward Cow, and we're here with a 15-minute morning flow or just gentle yoga practice for you. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and find yourself on your mat, maybe in any comfortable spot. Seated meditation works with a cross-legged position, maybe on your back, on your belly. You choose what feels comfortable right now for you and your body. Once you found yourself there, maybe you soften your gaze or just completely close your eyes if that feels good, if that feels safe where you are. And as you begin practice in this kind of meditative state, just kind of noticing any thoughts that are coming into the mind, understanding that it's completely natural for your mind to wander. And so give yourself grace if that's happening, and just gently pull yourself back in if you notice you wander off too far. As you're breathing, just bring your attention to the inhale and the exhale, whatever comes naturally. Maybe you breathe in and out through your nose, or maybe in through your nose, out through your mouth, if that feels good too. Coming into this practice very gently, no specific style of breathing, whatever feels good for you. So if you're not already in that seated meditation, go ahead and find yourself there. And then your next big inhale raises the arms all the way up above your head. Clasp your hands together and bring them down to your heart. Dropping the chin towards your chest, the internal gaze down towards your hands. Set a mindful intention for the practice. Beautiful. Your next big inhale brings your arms all the way out to both sides of you. And as you exhale, just hug yourself, bringing one arm over the other. Maybe you rock gently side to side. In your next inhale, we'll bring those arms back all the way out and just switching sides. Give yourself another hug, another love, crossing the other arm over. Maybe you again rock side to side. One final time, inhale those arms up and then place them down, fingers on the sides of your body, kind of tenting your fingers, and then dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. Maybe you even plant the right hand on top of the head, feeling this stretch in the side of your neck. Remembering to breathe gently but mindfully. And you can bring the chin down towards the chest, maybe bringing that hand towards the back of the head, feeling this opening, this stretch in the back of the neck. Beautiful. And then we eventually start to switch sides, planting the right hand down, now swaying over left ear to left shoulder, maybe planting the left hand on top of the head. Very gently here, we don't want to press too hard. Just mindfully creating a little bit of extra space here in the side of the neck. And then from there, just dropping the head back down, chin to the sky, noticing how this feels in the neck and the throat. Then bringing it neutral neck, neutral spine. Start to run through some neck rolls as gently as you can all the way around. Noticing any cracks and kinks, maybe switching directions when that feels good. Linger here, take as much time as you need. And then eventually finding a neutral neck. A big inhale brings the arms all the way up to the sky, and then moving through side twists, bringing the right hand back behind you, left hand on the right knee, twisting, maybe gazing over that shoulder. Your inhale brings both arms up through center and just switching sides. Planting the left hand now back behind you, right hand on the left knee, gazing maybe over the left shoulder, really feeling the spinal twist. Beautiful. Inhale, arms both up through center, and then hinge at your waist and just fold forward. Bringing your arms extended out in front of you. Maybe you rock, sway side to side. Feel this in your spine. Whatever feels good. Linger as long as you need. And walk your hands back towards your knees. And we start to find ourselves on hands and knees, this tabletop position. Hands roughly under the shoulders, knees roughly under the hips, whatever feels good for you. We run through a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, shine your heart to your cow. And your big exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, kind of push the earth away with your hands and knees. Maybe you rock it forward and back if that feels good. Run through another cow, inhale, dropping your belly, make that C curvature with your spine, and then exhale to cat, rounding the spine the opposite direction. Beautiful job here, yogi. Eventually, neutral spine, we start to play with balance, sticking the right foot, extending it back up and behind you. Then starting to cross the right toes over to the left side of the space. Maybe you even gaze back towards the right toes here, noticing how this feels all the way from the crown of your head through the right side of the body down to the toes. Bring that knee back in and just switching sides, extending this time the left foot back behind you, then crossing the left foot towards the right side of the space this time, looking maybe towards the left toes. Noticing the expansion in the left side of the body this time. Beautiful. Bring those knees back in, throat to center. Find here an extended child's pose whenever you're ready. So widen out your knees towards the width of the mat, or at least wider than your hips. Sink the weight of your bottom over your heels. Extend your arms out long. Melt your head and chest down. And find this extended child's pose as relaxing, mindful, breath-focused as you can. Melt in this extended child's pose for as long as you need. But then your timing will bring your body all the way down to your belly. We start to play with some cobra rolls. So plant your hands down beside your chest. Your next inhale will push the weight into your hands. Keep those elbows bent to a baby cobra, lifting your chin. Your exhale lowers you back down, and then full cobra here. Push your weight all the way into your hands, straighten your elbows, lift your chin, shine your heart. Feel that back bend. Your exhale lowers you back down. You can run through now as many cobras as you need. So maybe taking the time to roll as high or as low as you need to go. Maybe you do some neck rolls as you extend in cobra. Maybe you bring one ear or the other down to the mat as you roll. You really take the time right now to have some freedom, play around, notice what feels good in your body. Remembering to breathe here, notice all of the sensations that you're feeling, focusing your breath in all areas of your body. You'll start to find yourself on your knees, just bringing the weight of your bottom over your heels, and then maybe take some wrist rolls as you inhale, bringing the arms all the way up to the sky, really taking a slight back bend. Take some time here, and then clasp your hands together, bring them down to your heart. Remember the intention you set at the beginning of practice here, and then find some wrist rolls, interlacing your fingers together, rolling them in one direction, gently in the other. If there's any cracks that you're hearing, maybe that feels good. Moving to hero pose here, just some stretching in the toes and in the feet. If this is too intense, by all means, skip it. Just stay on your knees. But otherwise, pop yourself up onto your toes and bring the weight down onto the heels, noticing the stretch that you feel in those feet. Whenever you're ready, you'll find yourself all the way down onto your bottom. If you want to plant the hands back behind you, tenting your knees up to the sky, start to windshield wiper your knees to one side or the other. So keeping your feet exactly where they are is just start to rock the knees to one side of the space and then the other, seeing how that feels. Maybe there's any release in your spine or in your knees. And then you can extend your legs out long, lowering yourself all the way down to your back. Keep the soles of the feet down onto the mat just as you did. We move through reclined figure four, bringing the right foot up into the air, then crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Draping that right knee over if that feels like enough in your hips, stay there. Otherwise, bring the left foot up into the air, grabbing on to the left knee or behind the left thigh. Maybe if that intensifies the feeling in the right hip. Breathing here. Taking some time. noticing how it feels. And then you can lower down. We just switch sides. Now extending the left foot up into the air, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, letting the knee just drape over to the side. If that's enough in this hip, stay here. If you're looking for a little bit more, lift the right foot up into the air. Grab back behind the right thigh or on top of the right knee, wherever is accessible and feels good, allowing this to deepen the stretch in the left hip. And again, just focus on breathing, being mindful of all of the sensations. Feel free to extend your legs all the way out long when you're finished. Your next big inhale brings the right knee into the chest, grab onto the right kneecap or behind the knee, and then cross the right knee all the way over to the left side of the space. If there's room, bring the right arm all the way out to a letter T, maybe even bringing the neck or the gaze over one shoulder or the other. Take this reclined spinal twist. Maybe you even plant the left hand on top of the crossed over right knee, seeing how that feels, taking as much time as you need, then bringing yourself back up through center and switching sides. Hugging the left knee this time in towards the chest, then rocking the left knee, draping it over the right side of the space. Now this reclined spinal twist on the opposite side. If there's room, extend the left arm out long, maybe even planting the right hand this time on the left thigh, really finding that twist in your spine. Whatever feels good. Pay attention to the sensation in your body. You can bring that left knee back up. Either extend the legs out long or maybe even hug the knees in towards the chest, grabbing onto the kneecaps. Maybe hugging around the shins or even grabbing behind the knees, allowing yourself as much space, widening out those knees as wide as you need to go, and start to rock side to side, massaging your spine. Stick your feet up into the air. Roll your ankles, wiggle your toes, whatever feels good. You can take a happy baby of sorts, bringing the knees in towards your armpits, grabbing onto the outsides of both feet, and rocking gently side to side. Taking whatever version of happy baby or any truly finishing postures that feel good in your body. Whenever you're ready, however, for your final resting pose, your final Shavasana, just extend your legs out long. Bringing your hands either to your belly, down beside your body, or maybe even above your head. If your eyes aren't closed already, if that feels comfortable, do that now. Bring yourself as internal as you possibly can. Natural breath. Just be. Whenever feels good for you to come back and finish your practice, just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a good morning stretch, bringing your arms all the way above your head, finding the opposition with your hands and feet. Hug your knees into the chest, gently rock, roll to one side of the space or the other, finding a little ball, whatever your body truly needs to do in order to wake back up. Please do so. Take your time, no rush. Find a seated meditation when you're ready. One final inhale brings the arms above the head. Place them together down to your heart. Chin to chest, internal gaze down towards your hands. The light and love in me sees and honors the light and love within you. Thank you for your practice again. We bow together. Namaste.